What is up, guys? It's Mitch or Deity, and welcome to part 10 of the guide. So, part 10 is going to be covering beating chapter 4. We're going to be starting Aiden quests. I didn't start them yet. Hopefully, you guys have started them. And then we're going to be doing some pet stuff. And then something else from there. I don't remember, but we'll figure it out. So, getting into it, the first thing I want you to do, obviously, is you're going to have your Dash Pass, okay? So, with your Week 2 Dash Pass, we are taking Polytus. I'm going to go ahead and claim this. If you're not to this point yet, depending on how far you are along your logins, you might not be here yet. So, that's fine. You'll just need to remember what I do from right here, okay? So we're going to go on. We're going to start part 3 of the Dash Pass, and we're going to have our 2 tickets. So with the 2 tickets, the things I'm taking Max Polytus. Even if I already have Polytus, I'm still taking Max Polytus. Okay, so this gives us a plus 15 Polytus. In my opinion, it's the best second pick you could do. Okay, it is going to be the easiest to build, most value character you could possibly get from these. That'll make a difference on your account early on. Now, the second artifact selector, this part's a little bit hard, okay? It's all going to come down to, do you have a character that you know what the best artifact is on it? So for me, my best artifact I can grab from this is going to be Wind Rider for my Janua. Okay, that's my strongest character probably right now is Janua. That's going to be used in PvP. So Wind Rider is just an overall super safe option because it doesn't have a banner, okay? So this is just a super safe option, good for Janua. Now, if you have other characters like Moonlight Landy, if you have ML Haste, you need to go grab Elber's Sword if you have Landy, Celestine if you have Haste, but just go through and figure out what the best artifact for whatever character you have is. Maybe you have Moonlight Bellona, then you're going to go Sigurd's Scythe. So there are a bunch of different things you can do within this, but you want to make sure you're grabbing an artifact that's going to give you value now. So this is Sigurd's Scythe. Just try to do your research, ask around what is the best artifact for X character, and then take from there. So I'm, again, grabbing Wind Rider, though. So we'll go ahead and grab it, lock it, and here we go. So now that we've done those 2 things, let's do our daily summons. So I did clear up to Abyss 90, okay? So Abyss 90 is done. We are going to kind of pause on Abyss until I can make a video for Abyss. Sorry, the summon's probably super loud. Or, nope, 3-star, all 3 stars again. 3-star, and 4-star. Okay, at least on 4-star. AOL, dang it. I already got max BBK on this account. LPK, I didn't have her yet. Okay, so BBK is already maxed out on this account, so LPK is new, so I cannot be sad about that. So we're going to get this. We're going to have a bunch of summons to go do real quick. So let me check the shop. And, ooh, not going to buy it. Should buy it. We're going to go ahead and do our summons. Then from here, we're going to do our pet summons. Okay, so going in, I have 31 from clearing Abyss. I have a ton of summons from doing Abyss. That's where all these gold transmits came from. So I'm going to go ahead in and buy 5 more summons. Okay, 5 summons. Hope for the best here. If you haven't bought the weekly things yet, try to buy this out every single week that you can. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all of this. Artifact Charms most value. Then we grab this. And then we can at least grab one of these. I'd prefer to grab 2. I'll try to get the other one before reset. Reset is tonight. So another thing before we get into this, I want to make sure you guys are pushing your arena. Arena's closed, but I am back to Masters after that mishap of getting farmed all the way down to gold. I still need to climb up to champion. Or challenger, sorry. Challenger is the goal. But let's do our 5 Moonlight Summons and pray we get something usable. We need 2 more days and we'll get our guaranteed 5-star character on this account. So we'll have tomorrow, and then on Tuesday we will get our guaranteed 5-star. In terms of the stream guide account, it's a completely different account. If you guys aren't following along with that, I will be starting RTA probably tomorrow if I can get Aiden finished. So starting RTA soon, 4-star. Oh my gosh, please be something good. Please be Landy. Please be Landy. Oh my god. This isn't real. I'm so sorry. Any of you guys following along with this account, I'm so sorry you have to witness this. All right, go watch the stream guide. If you're getting, oh my god. If you're getting unlucky, just go watch the stream guide. That account has nothing. Okay, this account is kind of just going crazy. That is unbelievable. Oh, everyone in Discord's gonna be throwing a fit about this. All right, all 3 stars though, outside that. All right, that's fine, but thank you, Smilegate. Thank you. I don't know what I did, but thank you. This is so stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do, okay? Okay, let me do every single episode there's like something that like gets me out of sync, and I'm gonna struggle the rest of this video now. Okay, so we got our summons. The next thing I want you guys to go do is going to be, if you look in your week 3 dash pass, okay? So let me go to my dash pass. Let me try to collect myself real quick. Dash pass. Week 3, you're going to be having the weekly mission of you need to synthesize 5 pets to get 100 pet tickets. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to go in our pet store. And I'm going to, from here, I'm going to pause the video after I buy these pet tickets. So again, every week you want to be buying these out. And I'm going to go ahead, buy these, and go down, buy your food, and then buy your toy, and then buy this. Okay? So buy all this stuff. Also, by the way, those of you guys that did not know and were watching last episode, this, I think I got a 20 speeder. I did get another 20 speed piece. So we have that, and we have the other 20 speeder, wherever it is. We have this. This account isn't too realistic, is it, at this point? It is what it is. I'm sorry. Any of you following the guide, though, I'll do my best to guide you. I'll try to show you comps without all these crazy characters I'm getting. You'll be fine. Even if you're not getting them, the thing is this account's getting lucky early. It could get super unlucky for the next 3 months. I could get nothing. That's just how Epic 7 works. Like I've said this before, you just go through batches of getting lucky and unlucky. So I'm going to go ahead and release any B rank pets, and I'm going to go ahead and on the screen right now, I'm going to show all my pets on my main account as to what I would say are the best pets. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and adopt. Let's just go ahead and adopt 10. We did not get any S ranks, but we did get some A's. That's an extra rare catalyst in adventure, and then that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and see what my current pet is. It's chance for double crafting and double AP. So that's my hunt pet. I'm going to go ahead and lock the pet that had the double or the chance for getting. That's extra equipment drop. I'm actually going to lock one of these because we're going to be working on our hunt pet. And then this is chance to get the additional rare catalyst. I want to lock that. This guy is lesser charm. It could be decent for a hunt pet. That's rift. We're going to get a rift pet for free, so we're not going to worry about rift too much. Now this is enhanced equipment exp. I do want to lock that. And this is also good success rate. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to level up this pet. Just do a little quick thing. And then actually the other pet that I just locked, we need to go unlock him, unfortunately, because we are going to be boosting him up. So this pet right here, the good enhanced success rate, I'm going to go ahead and feed that into him. And we'll have the pet with 2 different skills. So let me, I don't remember which one it was now. Okay, skill. Which one was it? This guy, I'm pretty sure. Select skills to inherit. Oh, you can only get 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is not feed that one. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Like I said, the Laney's going to mess me up. I'm going to have to take a break from the guide and come back in a couple minutes when my brain's back. So we're going to go ahead and do that one since it's S rank, maxed out. And whichever one you want for the appearance, you'll select that and you'll synthesize it. Okay. So synthesize it. We get the skill we want. There we go. We'll confirm. Now we'll back out. And from here, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of all B rank. We'll save all our A ranks for now. And then we're going to do more summons and see if we get S ranks. You don't really want to go too high on your A ranks unless you get super unlucky and don't get anything above A rank. So here's 3% good chance. Again, that's what we just upgraded though, so we already got better than that. So every time we do this, we go out and we select all and sell. It is very annoying. I'm sorry. The pet system, the inventory in the pet system is really crappy, but this one is good success. We already had that one, right? And this is double AP, so this is the pet I've been wanting the most. So now that we got the double AP pet, what I want to do is go down and my headset's like really annoying right now. We're going to level him up. That's our double AP pet. And we're going to synthesize him, and we're going to actually take the Moonlight pet now. So I'm going to take the Moonlight pet, do the double AP, and then max this and synthesize. So now we have double AP and we have a random other skill. That's fine. So the next thing we want to do is this one is going to be a hunt pet for us, meaning that we need to go find another S rank skill for, well, we didn't have another S rank skill for our, all we had was the A rank option of getting extra catalysts, right? So we're going to try to get more S rank, but if we do not get them, we are going to go ahead and do the mixture of the A rank. The biggest thing is we need to make sure that we get through 5 different syntheses though. Synthesis. If I can talk. All right, so there's no S rank here, but I'm gonna have to back out. You are gonna have to release some of your A rank pets likely throughout this, but now I can only do 10 summons at a time, so I'll do 10 summons. See if we got anything good. We did get 1 S rank, and it is Lesser Charm from Hunt, and this one is Random Catalyst again. So from right here, what I'm going to do is go level up one of those random catalyst options. We could also go to this. This is an equipment enhanced good success rate, and this is good success rate, meaning that we want to find one that is either, It's lesser charm. So this is the guy. This is the extra chance for Catalyst. Let's just boost him up and we'll synthesize him. Granted, it's not going to be the best. And this is an epic rune, but I'm not too... The rune pets are the least important. The most important pets are your lobby pet, your hunt pet, and your AP pet or your adventuring pet. Those 3 pets are the most important. You're going to get a free Rift pet that's pretty good. You don't need to worry about anything with Rift. And then lastly, you'll do your Spirit Altar pet. If you have a Spirit Altar pet that already has some of the skills, that's fine. But we don't really farm a ton of Spirit Altar at the beginning. You really never do. You farm a little bit here and there. The pet makes the least amount of difference in Spirit Altar. So you always want to try to focus all your resources into your other pets first. So we're going to synthesize him. And then that gives double AP. Well, that one, it's a B rank, but it's still double AP. So now we level this up. And then we're going to synthesize him with this guy. Select the ML pet. And then we're going to take these 2. So it's S rank and A rank. That's fine. We'll end up getting better. But this gives us another synthesis. So we're almost done with that. We need 1 more. So what we can do for this 1 more is we won't do it. Okay, we won't do it actually. Next up, we're going to be looking for our lobby pet. Currently has enhanced good rate. We want the general EXP. So we'll go through. That's good success rate. And then we have just the general EXP one from our, there it is. So our Silver Ping, 3.75 enhanced XP. Let's go ahead and boost him up. This will give us our last synthesis. And then we level him up, select skills inherit, we'll take that, we'll boost this, and see what the extra skill is. Nothing good. So now from here, we did our 5 pet syntheses, and then we're going to go ahead, level this guy up, and we're going to synthesize him, select the appearance of this. We're going to select these 2 skills. So you want enhancement, good success, great success, and equipment and enhance EXP. Because at the beginning of the game, you have no charms. Charms are the hardest thing to get at the beginning of the game. You want to make sure you're getting the most value out of your charms. Later on, you can do a different style pet, but for the beginning, it is very, very beneficial to try to get the best pet you can for leveling up your stuff. So right here, doesn't matter the appearance, just pick which one you want. I like the little dog instead, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then boost him, and there we go. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm going to level him up. Oops, sorry. I'm going to play with him. I'm going to give him all 5 of these. Oh, wrong one. This one. I'm going to play with him. I'm going to give him all 5 of these. Give him that, and then give him this. 3.75. There we go. They boosted it up. So once he gets up to 300, he'll get boosted up. But this is the most important pet for me. That's what I care about most. Another thing is every day that you remember, come in and play with each pet. It will build up over time. You just have to get them to max friendship once, and then you're done. And once you have your original or regular 5 pets, you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and release all the other B rank and below again. And we're going to continue doing the pet stuff that I just showed you, trying to get the skills that are good of what I'm going to show you of my current pets on my main account. I'll just go through, show each of the skills, and you guys can look at that and then try to copy the pets from there. That is the pet portion. Okay, so now we are to the Zeal one-shot portion, guys. I'm going to show you the builds. I did just go and kind of mess with it to make sure everything looked good, and I think it looked good. So I'm going to record this now, and then we'll see. I might have to re-record it. But these are going to be the builds for your team. So I'm going to move my face cam so you guys can see all the builds. This is our cigarette. So our cigarette is going to be just level 60 with the free gear, mix of free gear, and I have 1 goblin piece on her. But your goal is a 10 speed difference between each character, and we have birthday cake on. So 2 important things: birthday cake, Daydream Joker does not work, so we need to get another damage arty on all these characters. Birthday cake is an extra 20% damage. Next up, we have, after using smash, we want this one that is activating at plus 75, which is what I told you guys to try to get before anyway, but you need to make sure you have everything as close to the same as me. The only thing is maybe change the arties for different damage arties. Next up, we want our Aiden about 10 speed faster than her at least. Okay, or around 10 speed faster than her. That is the overall goal. I just put standing gear on her. If you have a little effectiveness, it doesn't matter how you build her, just give her some damage. And then we're going to be using Symbol of Unity for this. Again, you could use a different damage arty if you would like. It does not really matter too much for Aiden. So Aiden, her Specialty Tree Awakening, all of that does not matter a whole lot. I did skill her up, so maybe if you're just lacking a little damage, go and do the skill ups on her. But this will probably work without doing much to your Aiden. Next up, our Raz. Our Raz, we want around 190 to 195 speed. So I put him 196, so he's 10 speed above my Aiden. They could speed RNG each other, but if this run isn't probably going to be first try anyway, the reason we're doing this way is so that we use the least amount of resources possible. Okay, that is the overall goal of this, to use the least amount of resources possible. Now, next up, we are going to have our Vivian. So our Raz is on Aureus. You can do some different artifacts. You could even maybe change this over to Warhorn to give yourself some extra damage. Let's do that. Let's just put Warhorn on. That extra little bit of damage on each character could help tremendously. So that's a guild artifact Warhorn we bought at the beginning of the game. Next up, we have our Vivian. Vivian is important. Two things Vivian needs is book. We want Taiga Hell's Ancient Book. She's just on free gear that we got in the game with a piece of Goblin gear on that's not very good at all. And then we made sure she's about 10 speed faster than Raz at least. Okay, so with Vivian, you needed to get Taiga Hells. I've been trying to tell you guys with your selective summons, make sure you at least get one Taiga Hells. And I think you need it plus 12, but just plus 15 is artifact. You're going to want like 30 of them plus 30 eventually. So if you have one higher than that, but try to get at least plus 12, I think it works. But otherwise, plus 15 is safe. Next up, this is super important. You need the Dispels 1 debuff from all allies before the skill effect when using mana application. So that is super, super important. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you the fight now. By the way, I do want to shout out, this was made by Moria, this team composition. He is an E7 YouTuber. I will link his channel down below. You can check him out. He has really informative videos. I made this guide last year for beating Zio, and then like right after we beat Zio, he made a guide of this, which is a genius team, by the way. This is super, super smart. But I just want to give him a shout out. Maybe check him out, see if any of his content is to your liking. I just don't want to use his idea. I mean, it's old. Everyone does this at a point, but he was the original creator. So I wanted to make sure to give him some credit for it because this is a very, very smart thing he came up with. So let's go into this, and it's going to be the final boss of chapter 4. So here it is. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here just in case we fail. All right, I'm going to pause the video and then come back so I don't have to do a billion cuts. So I will keep recording. I'll tell you how many tries it takes me, but I'll show you the original, just the basics of the fight and everything too. All right, so here we go. Going into 10-10, I'm just going to take the Aiden that it gives you just so that it's consistent that everyone will have it. And then now we're going to go into the fight and see how this goes. So your overall thing with the fight is 1, make sure you're not on auto. Okay, you don't want to be on auto. And we're probably going to fail this 5 to 10 times before it ends up beating it. But by doing it this way, we use the least amount of resources possible for our account. We don't have to build any extra characters. So we're just doing it this way. I have an old way of doing it that does work, but let's just keep consistent with this. Okay, so hopefully the Zio cuts us here. That's the idea. We may need to speed Raz down. Yes, okay, we're good. So my Raz was 196. As long as you're below 200, you'll probably be fine. Aiden almost died. That's really bad. So here's the RNG of this fight. You go in, you click skill 2 on Raz onto the Zio. All right, the reason we have Vivian on the cleanse was to cleanse the Raz so he's not stunned. Now we need to S2 Zio and pray a defense break since only a 50% chance, I believe. So it's 50-50 from this moment. We got it. Okay, so now the next up thing, we didn't land any debuffs on our cigarette. The more debuffs you land, the better. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is clicking our skill 3 into Zio with Aiden to do as much damage as possible. Okay, if anything goes wrong during this, you just reset and try again. Okay, so there's some pretty solid damage. Now, if you have Rage set on Cigarette and she has a little effectiveness, you landed a bleed or any debuffs, you're probably already in a great spot. But from right here, the reason we use Taiga Hells, you can see I'm already a bit over souls. So technically it only needs to be like +6, the Taiga Hells does, but it doesn't hurt to go a little bit higher. So from right here, we are going to S2 Soul Burn into him, and it's going to get 2 hits, and then we skill 3. If we land any debuffs, it's amazing, but my Cigarette has no effectiveness right now. So there's our first hit, and then we get our second hit. I miss crit. So this is a danger of not building your Cigarette on crit. All right, so not having 100 crit, you're going to be gambling on this as well, which sucks. But I wanted to not do 100 crit just in case you guys' builds were not getting to the full numbers of everything. So from right here, I'd probably need to reset, but I will show you the overall total damage and how close it was. So this run right here, it gets down to, I mean, we almost got it. With the crit, he'd still have a little bit of HP, but if you had landed a couple more debuffs, you would have been perfectly solid. So from right here, you pretty much just get obliterated. I'm going to try to beat it from here, but if I would have got that crit, I'm very confident we would have just beat it. Our Aiden could end up squeezing it out for us if we get lucky. So he'll kill the Raz, or close to kill the Raz. Then that'll hit Cigarette. So Cigarette, I still can't target the mobs, which is super unfortunate. So I just have to, or I can only target the mobs, so we'll just hit that. Now Zio will almost kill Cigarette. We want him to hit Aiden. We want him to hit Aiden. Nice, now we get the counter from Aiden. So from right here, it's a win if we would have crit on that hit. Okay, so I'm just going to S3 the Zio, and it would have been super, super close. So we S3 Zio here, And look, that's the amount of damage. That's how close we were on this run. And I missed crit on her, and I think she has like 70 crit rate. So very, very dangerous, not getting all the crits and everything you want. And we got hit on Aiden. So with this, I am going to show you this team, as you saw, worked. If you just land everything, you can keep resetting. Once you die, though, you can continue. The danger with continuing is you don't get your support characters. So we're going to revive, and we're going to have all of our original characters. That's it. And sometimes it doesn't go well. I'm going to do it just as a showcase, but they made this so much easier. All right, they made this infinitely easier because of this revive mechanic, and you can revive as many times as you want. So right here, you revive with all your skills up. So I'm going to go ahead, and is there any other skills that are worth it? If Cigarette survives, it would be worth it, but I'm just going to go ahead and skill 2 into it and pray I don't need a Soulburn Raz because he may die anyway. We didn't land a defense break. Okay, so we may end up just dying again, which is hilarious. So from right here, you could either soul burn. The problem is if any of these have a 4 counter of their head Zeal ults and he gets all of his buffs and goes into sicko mode again. So that is the bad part here. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just soul burn it and just see how much damage it does. None. Okay, so now he's going to skill 3 me and we are getting cooked here. All right, he did not go into stealth though, so that is big. He didn't go into stealth, so now I can go ahead and I'll just S1 him. I could S3 to try to put defense buff up, but I don't think it's going to matter. And now with Cigarette, we'll just click skill 2 and kill him. Okay, so luckily he didn't go into stealth, but that is the fight. If you get the one shot off originally, that's perfect. That means you get to 3-star the stage. So as you saw there, if we would have just crit on the Cigarette on that secondary hit, we would have had it. But it's not super hard, but it's not super easy either. Now, if you do it the original way, the old way of fighting it, it sucks, okay? It very badly sucks, but that continue feature is so nice. If you have to spend 100 Skystones to beat it and revive twice, honestly, who cares? It's done. You need to beat this anyway to get to the next part of the game, and if you want to later come back when you have a bit better gear or have that rage set makes it super, super easy, okay? Once you get that rage set and reforge it from the Archie Special Operation mission, super, super easy for any new player that has that. All right, so now that that is beaten, that is the main thing I wanted you guys to accomplish, okay? The next things I want you to do, though, is the Aiden missions, okay? These missions suck. And then once you go into here, you'll be able to get Aiden's artifact. So this stage is just for Aiden's artifact. And once you beat this, I'll give you, you can go to chapter 5. And you can start clearing some chapter 5. I'm not going to mess with it for a little bit, but that is something you can work on. There's a bunch of different guides and everything out, but the biggest thing is this grind right here. You need to get it done. I was playing RTA on the stream guide account, and I'll tell you right now, Aiden is such an important early game character to have, especially in the current meta. I mean, old meta, she was even better. This meta, she's not technically great, but as a new player, you need her as an additional option for your picks. Not having her is, I lost multiple games just because I didn't have this done, which was really upsetting. This character is amazing once you get the light version. So you go through all of these missions and you get to light Aiden. That's what I'm going to be working on. I will have that done before next video. So it'll take me, I'm going to grind all night on it. So, and the first couple of chapters are the slowest, but there are still a bunch of other chapters I have to do, obviously. But Aiden is slow. Now, if you get stuck on any of the way getting to Aiden, some of the chapter missions are kind of confusing. One of them is killing Aria when main amplification is going. You need to read or you need to look up a different guide. So if you look up whatever you're searching for, you can find the answer on the internet. You can find it on YouTube. There's a video. You can find it on Reddit, wherever you need to. But that main amplification fight can be kind of challenging, but if you have to wait for me, I'd rather you guys not have to wait for me to make something on it versus just being able to go and find it yourself. So that's what I always had to do whenever I was like, how do I beat this? I had to go look up some guides because I refused to read. If I would have just read the skills, I would have known exactly what I was doing. There's like 2 of those missions that are a bit annoying, but otherwise they're all pretty straightforward. Now, in terms of your Aiden build, I would switch your Free Spirit Tieria build to your Aiden while you're doing these missions, just so you have Aiden geared and she's on a good build. It's probably going to end up being her actually getting into PvP build, and then we'll eventually put our free attack set back on, or our free attack set that's on Stenny onto our Tieria to farm with, and then we're going to put Stenny on actual PvP build. So that is one thing we'll be working on. So from here, I showed you guys messing with pets. If you still have your extra pet tickets, go in, work on your pets, farm some Wyvern. The next episode of this guide is going to be Another thing I want to make sure you guys have done is clear to Abyss 90. Okay, make sure you're at Abyss 90. And then from there, if you need to go higher or want to go higher, go and look up guides. I did beat to Abyss 100 in the stream guide. You can just go through, click on those, and find where I beat each stage and see my builds and everything and how I did it. So that is available. I will be making videos on them eventually. But if you're in a hurry and ahead of me, then go ahead and go either there or look up other people's resources for it. Again, there are a bunch of great Epic 7 content creators. Okay, so from here, just do all your stuff that you can. If Automaton Towers open again, make sure to do it. Farm some hunts. I'm going to be doing the next part of the guide is going to be like a tier list type thing where I show you guys a bunch of characters and you're going to pick characters and get them built up, or you're going to pick characters from each of the different roles that characters play. So like cleanser, damage dealer, tanks, and revivers, like or anti-cleave style characters, disrupting characters. I'm going to have a list of that. It'll be structured a bit different what I just said, but I did it in my 2023 guide, and I'm just going to be doing an updated version of it that fits the new meta versus the old meta. And it's going to be a list of characters. You pick which ones you have, whatever the best one you think is out of that. I'll explain a bunch of the different options. You'll take those, you'll pick out 10 to 12 characters, and then the next part of the guide will be me going in on this account using that picture or that thing that I showed you and be building those characters along with you. So I'm going to do another 10,000 Wyvern crafting material session or more because we do have these blue boxes. So I may go in and use some of these boxes for other materials depending on the characters I have. I will explain a couple different box option choices you could do for different sets depending on what you're aiming for. It will be a long video. It'll be a build along, watch how I do things, because I think the best way to teach something is to show it. Even if it's in long form video content, I feel like it's just easiest to have you guys watch me. So that way you see exactly what I did, not just I tell you to do something and you hope that you do it right based off what I said. Having video receipts or like video full showcase showing every click, I think is just so much more value. And that's why I do my videos this way, even though I do ramble quite a bit and I'm sorry for that. But that is one of the things to work toward, try to farm up some Wyvern, get some more crafting materials. Then I'll show you the tier list of characters, and then you can pick characters off the tier list for each role. Get your starting RTA roster. We'll do some crafting. We gear them up, and then I go teach you to play RTA. Okay, that will be I have multiple accounts. I'll be showing every single type of character I possibly can between the two accounts. Obviously, I'm limited based on what I pulled, but with the Moonlight 5 event, a lot of us have a lot of the ML4s. So I should be able to showcase each different ML4 and some different 5 stars on each account. And that's all I got. So I will be back in 1 second, see if there's anything else I could think of to talk about. Otherwise, I will just end the video after this. So be back in 1 second. Okay, so last things I'll tell you to work on is just a list of things you can do while you're waiting for the next part of getting into RTA. So after RTA, it's just to be showing you Nightmare Raid teams eventually. You want to just still be trying to clear all of Malekith's consciousness. If you're not there yet, it's fine. Just keep grinding through lab until you've fully cleared Malekith's. But I'm going to be showing you teams for the Nightmare Raid bosses, which you can use for the lower tier bosses until you get there. And then after that, though, you're pretty much on your own. I'm going to let you guys know what to do with the game. You'll be working on your PvP teams. I gave you a PvE team to beat every single important type of content. And that's going to be it. And you're basically almost done with my Epic 7 starting journey. It's going to be about 5 more videos, I would say. So with that, a couple things I want you to finish before next video, though. Make sure you finish unlocking your Death Dealer Ray, meaning you need to do 50 expeditions with the teams I showed you, and then you need to do your you need to get your rank up in Arena, Flag Arena to Challenger. Okay, so I want you guys working on that. Second, the things I want you working on is going to be in here. Make sure you're getting your Mologora challenge stuff. So doing hunts. I want you to farm. I want you to get another 10k crafting materials, at least. If you get more, even better. And also be farming charms. Another thing I want you to do is go back and 3-star all of Chapter 2 if you haven't yet. Most of you probably have done this at this point, but this is quite a few charms that you get from that. And then from there, clear all your Archy special operations that you possibly can. Super, super important. And going from there, I want you then, if you still have time, one other good thing that you can do is go into Chapter 3. I've talked about this before. Go to Eureka. And then I want you farming and clearing all the missions to unlock this HP set. This HP set, all 6 pieces are fantastic. So to unlock these, you need to go to your nation info, receive these. Once you get this maxed or up to the first thing, you can buy it from each one. Okay, so just going through, maybe do some extra stages. It's a bunch of Skystones sitting here. It's an extra like 2,000 or 3,000 Skystones I could go earn. So something you can work on. Again, clearing Chapter 2 is important as well. You want to go clear all Chapter 2. Then you want to get your Sanctuary set up. So Breath of Orbis Sanctuary, I have a video for that. The order, I'm just going to say it real quick. 313 on Force of Souls. High Command is 111. Then Steel Workshop 333. Alchemist Steeple 133, and then Heart of Orbis is 333. So Heart of Orbis and Steel Workshop maxed out. Force of Souls 313, Alchemist Steeple 133, and High Command 111. That is where you're putting your Breath of Orbises down at the bottom where my cursor is. Okay, so that is that important thing. Other than that, it's finishing Aiden. Make sure you finish Aiden. I do not suggest going into RTA until you finish Aiden anyway. Maybe you guys are a little ahead of me and you want to play. Probably not going to go well for you if you don't have everything set up yet. So just try to be patient. Keep clearing as much PvE stuff as you can. And I will get the next video. The next video is super easy. I'll be able to make it. I don't have to grind to get it done. So that video will be up probably tomorrow morning. This is coming up tonight. The next video tomorrow morning. And the build along, I'm going to work on that tonight as I'm working through the Aiden missions. So hopefully I have it all done. I am doing a big announcement tomorrow we're doing a big stream event too. So I have to get all of this done before that big streaming event. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for following along. Like I said, we're almost done with this journey. I will see you all in the next portion where we get an RTA, which is my favorite part of making this guide. So have a good rest of your day.